Joe, a very interesting matchup in the Big 12 here. Both teams are 7-2. Can't believe I'm saying that about Arizona State, but yet here we are going up against a 7-2 Kansas State team. How do you see this game playing out?
Yeah, first of all, credit to Kenny Dillingham, man. This team has been awesome this season, and they've been riding off the They have been riding off of the success of Cam Skattebo, their starting running back, who has been insanely productive so far this year. He's got 1,000 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns, 404 receiving yards. Now, he's listed as questionable for this game. That is something to monitor, to pay attention to, because without him, this offense is not nearly as productive. Sam Levitt has been good when he's been healthy, and he has been back in the lineup after having an injury a few weeks ago. Look, I've been trying to wrap my head around this one. I was thinking early that I think Arizona State could win this game, but I got to keep sticking back with Kansas State because I think that their defensive line and the success that front has had against opposing rushing attacks, especially with a banged-up running back who's your most important player, that to me is what's going to be most critical. And especially this Arizona State defense has been porous at times. Their run defense has been inconsistent. Their pass defense has been inconsistent. They're not getting after the quarterback. I think DJ Giddens and Avery Johnson could be set up to have a very, very explosive outing.
I agree with you. If Skattebo cannot go, it could be a long night for Arizona State. Yeah, a very, very 100%. Long night because Skattebo, I mean, just to reemphasize, he's already over 1,000 yards. He's got double-digit touchdowns. He's got 27 receptions for 404 yards. He has been their workhorse offensively. Now, I mean, what do you do with Jeff Sims? I know he hasn't really been going in there a lot, but what do you do with Sam? I don't know. Here's the thing that I'm going to push back on that, Joe, even though if Skattebo is and what probably will be a little bit banged up, I saw a Tulane team who offensively could not find anything in the passing game, throw it all over Kansas State, right? I've seen situations where if a team can stop and make Avery Johnson throw the football, you're in the football game, right? I've seen BYU do that religiously to every team. And so I look at a situation where I'm you're not wrong that Skattebo has been their workhorse. And I don't know if he's going to go or not when we're talking about this on a Tuesday. I still think that they can throw the football around a little bit. It's not like Sam doesn't have 14 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. He's thrown for 1,600 yards. They're not anemic throwing the football is what I'm trying to say here. Yeah. So when I look at, okay, like Jordan Tyson, he's got 46 catches, 657 yards, and 7 touchdowns. They might have to extend the running game a little bit more than the passing game a little bit more than normal. But look, man, when I see Kansas State, I see that they have athletes. I see that they've done some good things. I've seen that, look, running the football, they've been able to establish. They've been able to stop the run. But, Joe, if Arizona State can get them in a situation where they got to throw the football around or they got to stop a team from throwing the football, I have zero faith in them right now. Zero faith that they can throw the football with Avery Johnson effectively enough through 4 quarters to win a football game. This is a toss-up for me, man. It really is. Because I love the vibe that Dillingham has. I mean, he took over what was a crapshoot program, and he's made it into a 7-2 football team. The only thing of why I would lean Kansas State is because I just think they have more depth, right? Like they're more established. The coaching staff's been there a little bit longer. But, man, it's not going to surprise me either which way. Another thing, too, Joe, when Kansas State's had to throw the ball on 3rd downs, man, they've been atrocious. Think about this. Pro Football Focus has this. They're 127th in the country when it's 3rd and 6 plus on 3rd down. So basically, every time that they're getting in 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 short or shorter, they've been able to convert. It's when they've had to throw the ball on 3rd downs that they have not been able to establish anything. Again, that is atrocious. It's worse than the Big 12. The problem with that is it's the complete opposite with Arizona State. Look, Sam has been able to convert some of these critical 3rd downs, okay, through the air. Now, Skattebo has been a big deal on 3rd down. He's the number 1 running back in the Big 12 when it comes to converting 3rd down rate. flip a coin for me, man. I could see this going either which way. Whoever's game plan is established early is going to win this football game. That's the only way that I can see that either one of these teams win.
Again, my aggressive lean here is towards Kansas State because, yes, both these teams have been successful. They've dropped games in spots where they should not have against teams that they were better than, and their seasons probably would be going a lot differently if they were able to finish in certain areas that they have not done so. But Kansas State, the way that they've played against these top teams in the conference, it's very notable. The game that they dropped against BYU is the one example of where they played like crap, but they have stepped up to the plate against teams and established their physicality. I think Arizona State is consistently a great story and one that is going to be worth tracking and monitoring over the next couple of years with Kenny Dillingham, because that team is going to continue to get better and better, and it is an underrated recruiting hotbed that they're placed in. But Kansas State's success running the football is going to show up in this game where even if Scadaboo plays, a banged up running back and relying on a banged up running back is just really dangerous territory. Mm-hmm. They have lived and died off of him taking over games. And I'm a very big fan of Scadaboo. A couple of years ago when he left Sacramento State, I said that this kid is going to be a potential early day 3 pick. He could be super productive in the NFL and could be a premier Power 5 player. And he's done exactly that. He has emerged and turned into maybe one of the best running backs in the Big 12 and in the country. He has been that good. But I got to come back to Kansas State. I think Giddens, Avery Johnson, they establish things on the ground because they've just been so steady and explosive in the running game.
They have been, man. Again, there is an easy path to beating Kansas State, though. And it's not missed upon me. You get Avery Johnson in throwing situations where he's got to lean on his arm, they are in trouble. I went and watched a couple of their games last night. Listen, again, the kid's going to have to make 2 reads and then run. He's not good at processing outside of 2 reads. I think he gets confused. Use that athleticism and you'll win this football game. Okay.
BetOnline remains your top spot for all of your live betting action and contests. NFL, college football, UFC, NHL are all in full swing. BetOnline is your number one source for wagering news, odds, trends, and predictions with both desktop and mobile access at any time. Head to BetOnline today and use promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for 50% off your first deposit. That is a 50% welcome bonus. BetOnline, where the game starts.